In the National Magazine category, RCC is pleased to honor Fred Bahnson's essay, On the Road with Thomas Merton, appearing in Emergence Magazine. Emergence is a quarterly, featuring innovative stories that explore the threads connecting ecology, culture, and spirituality. In May 1968, Christian mystic Thomas Merton undertook a pilgrimage to the American West. 50 years later, filmmaker Jeremy Seifert and writer Fred Bahnson set out to follow Merton's path, retracing the monk's journey across the landscape of the West. Amid stunning backdrops of ocean, redwood, and canyon, they sought out the faces and voices of people Merton encountered. Fred Bahnson's essay offers an intimate meditation on Merton's life and the relevance of the spiritual journey today. As Fred himself reads from the essay, we will see images drawn from Jeremy Seifert's film about Merton's journey.
Here on the California coast, I've begun to feel the geographical cure giving way to something more durable. A longing for God that is vast, oceanic, yet as close to me as the waves beneath my feet. A feeling of presence that paradoxically comes when I feel most alone. Was this Le Point Vierge, the virginal point of pure nothingness that Merton found at the center of all other loves? Perhaps this is our place of resurrection, not a fixed point, but a longing, a portable question endlessly posed and endlessly answered whenever we go in search of God. A tectonic convergence of our desire for God and God's desire for us, all of it mediated through that fickle, insatiable organ of perception that will travel to the ends of the earth to find what it craves, though it needn't travel further than the next breath, the human heart.
In visiting the same areas and even staying in the same hermitages, Bahnson discovered not only insights into Merton's religious journey, but to his own life as well. This is a skillfully crafted article that is long enough to give the reader time to think about and digest one's own religious journeys.
A warm greeting to you all from the mountains of western North Carolina. Around 15 years ago, my wife gave me a copy of Woodshore Desert, a little journal that Thomas Merton kept during his western pilgrimage in May of 1968, just a few short months before his more famous Asian journey, the trip that would claim his life. I'd long been fascinated with that little book. Annie Dillard called it one of the world's truly interesting journals. When my editors at Emergence Magazine asked me what I wanted to write about for their upcoming faith issue, I pitched them the idea of following Merton's itinerary in Woodshore Desert. And so, 50 years after Merton made his own journey, I followed in his footsteps, read the books he was reading, slept in the same room at Redwood's monastery. I even shared a Belgian Trappist ale with one of the Cistercian sisters who knew him. Merton always did love a good beer. Describing it like this, it might sound like I was saint stalking or writing another piece of Merton hagiography, but that wasn't my aim. Merton was a sort of doppelganger for my own inner journey, which I describe in the piece. We readers, I think, are drawn to Merton because he articulates for us the struggles of the spiritual life alongside of its joys. And he did so with occasional humor and irreverence. I tried to follow his lead in that regard as well. Whether or not I succeed is up to the reader. In today's media landscape, I consider it a huge gift to not only do a long-form reporting trip like this, but to have the necessary space to tell the story. In this case, about 9,000 words of space. Emergence Magazine also commissioned my good friend and colleague, Jeremy Seifert, who made a brilliant documentary film about the journey. I'm grateful to my editors Emmanuel Von Lee and Shauna Quinn and all the fabulous team at Emergence Magazine. They're a world-class publication, and I think you'll be hearing a lot more from them in the coming years. I also offer my sincere thanks to the Religion Communicators Council for this award. Thank you.